Hey, what is up guys, Nick here with my review for Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 Episode 15 titled Destiny. Now this episode was actually pretty damn good. I don't really have too many complaints about it overall as a whole, and I thought the story was great, the character interactions were great, and there was some major spoiler stuff that happened towards the end. Like there was a lot of twists and turns throughout this episode, and I'm going to get into those later on, so I'm just warning you now that this is a spoiler filled review, so if you don't want to know what happens, click off and go watch the episode because it's pretty awesome. So anyways, the story here is that half the Legends team is captured by the Time Masters, and the Time Masters actually show Rip Hunter, who is under their capture, about their whole plan. This whole time they've had this thing called the Oculus, and it basically makes the timeline, all of history, go in the path that they foresee. Like, they basically can manipulate all of time, everything that happens. They've all been kind of making sure it happened. So what Rip finds out is that their whole plan to stop Savage, change the timeline, everything, they've all been following almost a script. They've all been doing this by the books, exactly as the Time Masters had wanted it, and that's why they're in their control right now. Meanwhile, we have Snart and Sara back on the Waverider figuring out whether or not to save the team or to go out and live the rest of their lives. Now obviously they go back and save the team, and stuff ensues, and we also have a subplot of Vandal Savage going to 2166 in London to go kill Rip's family. As we had already known, that was something that happened in the timeline, and he's just going to kind of finish that out so that it happens as scheduled. Now the craziest thing about this episode is actually all the twists that happened towards like the last 20 minutes or so. Now this whole time Jax, as we remember, has been in a different timeline. Like, he went back to 2016. He escaped in that little pod because Stein had sent him off when he was dying or whatever. He was rapidly aging, and the only way to save him was to send him back through the time stream. Now Jax landed in 2016, and he found Stein of that year before they even left on the mission with the Legends, and Stein was able to help him fix the time capsule machine that they had commandeered and put Jax back into the future timeline to go save the Legends when they get into danger. Now once the Legends are able to destroy everything, they go into the Time Master's base and they have to take out the Oculus. However, they figure out that the only way to destroy the Oculus is remotely, so someone has to stay behind and sacrifice themselves to ultimately finish out the mission. Now first off it's Ray Palmer, but then Heatwave says no and he knocks him out, and Heatwave stays behind. Then once Snart figures out that Heatwave is trying to stay behind, he goes back, and Snart stays behind, sacrificing his life, detonating the base and killing everyone with him. Now at this point in time, the Legends now figure out that the timeline is theirs to manipulate. They can do anything they want. They can finally follow out their mission and stop Vandal Savage once and for all. Now that the Time Masters aren't dictating what happens, pretty much the episode ends. They all go out on a revenge mission to avenge what happened to Snart. That was basically the plot of the episode. I was pretty shocked actually by the fact that they killed off Snart as we saw in the episode, but I looked a little bit after the episode had aired and I checked Deadline.com, and Deadline had published a story that was spoilery, but they had to wait until the episode had aired because of the spoilers in it. So essentially what they're saying is that Snart is not dead, that he's going to appear on different shows now in the future, because anything that happens in the future timelines can kind of, they get shaky and they can fix what happened and different things can change. It's all, time is all relative I guess in the shows. So Snart is not dead, but he appeared to be dead on the show, and maybe he'll actually show up at the end of the finale next week. So yeah, overall pretty awesome episode. I'm gonna give it an 8.5, and I can't wait to see how they're gonna wrap up this season and how they're going to introduce elements for next season of Legends. So post your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you like this episode? Did you not like it? What did you think of that twist at the end where Snart sacrificed himself? Post all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button down there because it helps us out a lot. If you didn't already know, we have a Patreon page. If you guys would support us on there, that would be awesome because it helps us make the content that we provide you guys. My name is Nick, and I will catch you guys next week for the finale.